What's going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys another episode of my fantasy sports podcast. If you guys tuned into yesterday's episode, my 5 guys that I picked did extremely well. Corey Joseph at point guard, Kobe Simmons at shooting guard. Jason Tatum at small forward, Larry Nance at power forward, and Hassan Whiteside at center. All 5 guys played extremely well. They crushed their value. Looking to do the same tonight. I'm going to advise you guys on my favorite value plays at each of the 5 positions tonight on this 8-game slate. There's not too many injuries to look forward to. So without further ado, let's jump into point guard. Russell Westbrook is my number 1 guy at point guard tonight. Now remember, I'm not just picking the best player at point guard in my opinion, because anyone could just pick the highest salaried guy. I'm picking my favorite value play, a guy that I think is going to get 5 times his value. I think Westbrook does that tonight. He needs like 57 fantasy points. He's in a pristine matchup against the Rockets tonight at home on national TV. He is going to play a great game tonight. This game is going to be very high scoring, fast paced, and it just suits Russell Westbrook extremely well. He's coming off of 3 very solid games. I think he does the same again tonight. Westbrook is a great play at point guard tonight. And I'm going to use that as a segue into shooting guard and James Harden for the same reasons as Westbrook. He's in a great spot on national TV, playing his former team. This game is going to stay close. It's going to be high scoring. I think Harden and Westbrook are going to easily combine for over 100 fantasy points. They are the 2 top tier options tonight at their position, and they're also good value at 11,500. For small forwards, I'm picking a guy who was the reason why I excelled so well last night with my full roster lineups. Justice Winslow at 4,300. His price hasn't moved. He was 8% owned. I had him in my cash games, and I easily won. He had 44 fantasy points, and he's looking to play more and more with this Heat team off of their bench. He seems to be the go-to guy in that second unit, and he only needs 22 fantasy points tonight to reach value. He's done that easily over his last 5 out of his last 6. Expect him to be a chalky play tonight at small forward. Power forward, I'm looking towards Paul Millsap. His price just really hasn't changed since his injury, but now he's playing basically starters minutes. He's going to see in the high 20s again tonight. At 6,100, it's just too cheap of a price for such a star player in Paul Millsap. I think he easily gets over 30 fantasy points tonight. He has a good matchup against the Mavericks. They don't really have anyone to match up on him. Dirk is going to have a tough time keeping up with him. I expect Millsap to reach his value tonight at 30 fantasy points with that 6,100 price tag. Centers, I am going back to the well with Hassan Whiteside. If you guys listened to my Whiteside pick yesterday at center, you had him at a low ownership, and he did not disappoint. 57.8 fantasy points in just 24 minutes. Now, the only risky thing with him is his minutes. As you can see in his game log, his minutes do tend to fluctuate. Spoelstra just doesn't seem to really have consistent time with him. I do think he gets easily over 30 fantasy points tonight, though, with his matchup against Gortat on the Wizards. He's certainly not a bad play. We're going to have to see how things develop later on today, though, to see if there's any value injuries going on. But Whiteside is the play again for me tonight. Hopefully he can duplicate things from last night. And remember, guys, all of this is done, around, midday, early afternoon. So there's plenty of time for injuries to set in. You guys got to pay attention to who ends up sitting out. I like to make this video early in the day so I can get people to look at it, give people some time. But just keep an eye on any updates. And hopefully these 5 guys can help like last night. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off.